Dixie D'Amelio and Liam Payne have a Christmas song coming out. Is this fake or fact, you guys? I'm Jana Rosenberg.
I'm Morgan Riddle. It is almost November, which means that we can finally switch our spooky playlists from, some Halloween songs over to holiday Christmas songs. I'm so excited. I absolutely love the holidays and Christmas. So this is like the best thing ever. And now it looks like we may have a new song to add to the playlist. On Tuesday, old One Directioner Liam Payne took to TikTok to tease this new Christmas song, Naughty List, and fans immediately began speculating Dixie D'Amelio is featured on the track.
I don't understand the fans, you guys watching. How do you always know? You always know.
And they found it out so quick.
Crazy. It's crazy. Like Liam just did an Instagram post regarding this whole rumored matter. And it's just wild. It's like they always figured out. No, like to be honest, Dixie D'Amelio doing a collab with Liam Payne, formerly of One Direction, major heartthrob, major artist, major star, last people that I would think would be getting together. Only because, not to say that Dixie's not like ready for this or doesn't deserve this. I'm a huge Dixie fan, but I just, what? Like this is like two worlds colliding, two major fan bases colliding. Like I always say things are going to break the internet, but this already kind of has this news, this rumor. When this song comes out, I mean, wow. Like this is, I wonder if she knows how crazy this is for her, you know?
I know. I listened to the teaser and it sounds good. It sounds like your typical pop Christmas song. I feel like when like Ariana Grande did her Christmas songs and Taylor Swift did her Christmas songs, like they all kind of have the same vibe or whatever. Yeah. When he posted this teaser, like I honestly don't know how fans picked it up so quick. I think you could like hear a girl in the background. So maybe they just like started speculating. Liam is one of those like A-list celebrities or whatever who jumped on TikTok. He recently did like a makeup collab with Abby Artistry, who's like a huge makeup TikToker and stuff. So he's definitely jumped on like the TikTok bandwagon, which is smart, like absolutely genius for artists to do. Yeah. And this is just a good example of that because now he's going to bring in the entire D'Amelio fan base for it. And I don't know how the One Directioners are going to feel about this. I feel like that's a very, very sensitive fandom. Yeah. That if you were a Directioner, you're still a Directioner. This is the kind of thing that's just going to like tear you apart. In my opinion, I went on Twitter and it did not seem like One Direction fans were happy about this at all.
It's funny you say that because, Addison Rae just presented at the Billboard Music Awards. She presented Harry Styles Award. And so many people had so much to say about that. Like, I think she was.
Oh, they're so mad.
Yeah, like she didn't do the best, but she was really nervous. Like, she's new to this. But One Directioners came for her. Like, they were like, why is she presenting this award? We covered this last week if you guys watched, but I feel as though it's going to be kind of the same for Dixie with Liam Payne. As much as people welcome her into this world of his and be like, we're so excited to put the song out. It's also a Christmas song. So it's like, how can you hate it? Because like I just feel like you're a Grinch if you're like, no, I don't like happy Christmas tunes and all I want for Christmas. Yeah. Like you kind of have to love this no matter what. But yeah, I do think Dixie's going to kind of get, regardless of whether it's a really good song or not, she's going to get backlash from the Directioners. She was actually asked last night by paparazzi. They were like, Liam Payne. And then they were like, One Direction. And she was like, not One Direction. She like made it very clear. Yeah. Times have changed. But I'm really interested to hear this song. Like, it's wild.
I know. I feel like it's the first like Christmas thing that I've seen from influencers too. Like, I'm sure a ton of them will be doing like Christmas merch drops. Like, we'll see like new Christmas makeup lines. Like, I would not be surprised if we see someone like Nessa doing a Christmas song or Christmas covers. So I feel like this is kind of the catapult to, I was like, oh my God, Christmas actually is coming up. Like someone's about to drop a Christmas song. Okay, here we go. Like it's not even Halloween yet, but I'm ready for it.
I usually get mad when artists and like people start the whole Christmas thing like early because my birthday is on Thanksgiving this year. It's around that time. And I'm like, we will not skip over these two very important holidays. Like I get upset about it, but I'm not mad about this. I'm such a big Liam Payne fan. I think he's awesome. I'm like a big One Directioner. And I mean, and I think Dixie, like I was telling this earlier, but I think this is like the very beginning of Dixie. I know she's this global star right now, one of the most talked about females on the internet, but I don't even think this is like scratch the surface of the success that we will see from her.
Absolutely.
And this kind of shows that, like, if you're not on the D'Amelio train, you better get on it. Cause I feel like these girls, especially Dixie though, I really feel like they're going to be even more successful than they already are. And I see Dixie having a big music career. I mean, we saw this with Shawn Mendes. He started on Vine and look at him now,
Yes.
you know?
Oh, that's such a good example. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I feel like of all the influencers that have really tried to get into music so far, I mean, she released one single and it was like streamed millions and millions of times, like so many views on the music video. It was, I mean, that song popped off. It was in stores, it was on the radio. Whereas I feel like some other influencers haven't, really crossed that bridge yet. And of course, it's because like she has the D'Amelio built into her name. That's like the top tier of everything right now. But yeah, I feel like this is just the beginning of what we're gonna see from her. It is interesting though. Like I was not expecting this collab at all, and I wasn't expecting this to like be her second song.
Right? Like
Being
that's the other thing.
featured on.
Let's all remember for a second that this is like her second song that she's putting out.
Yeah.
And it is with one
Yeah.
of the most famous, like it is wild. Like I really wonder what's going through her head when this even came about. And I want to know, was Liam like, I want to do a record with Dixie D'Amelio? Like or was she like, I want to do a record with Liam Payne? Like how did this
Yeah.
happen? These are the
I'm
details.
sure. I mean, since I've seen him on TikTok, like collabing with big TikTokers, I bet he has a team behind him that is like, bro, like we gotta get on this. This is like where Gen Z is. Like we can pull in a whole new fan base here, which is, of course, I mean, every single fangirl of Dixie D'Amelio is gonna go and stream that song. That's millions of people streaming that song that maybe he wouldn't have had otherwise, because everyone wants to hear her on this track.
So true.
I think it's super smart.
You know, what's also an interesting point to bring up is obviously we're in weird times. We're still dealing with this global pandemic situation. Everyone's making the best out of it. I think the music industry has taken one of the biggest hits. You know, you can't go to concerts. That's how a lot of artists make a lot of their money. I mean, I just wonder, say if this never happened, would this collaboration be happening? Would these TikTok stars be as big as they are? You know, would Dixie be maybe setting up to go on tour with Liam Payne instead of just releasing a song with him? Like, there are so many questions I have about like the time frame and about all of this like crazy news, all these crazy collaborations that are happening.
Yeah.
I would, that's just interesting. Like, would all this be as big as it is if the world kind
I
of
feel like
break?
I mean, I've definitely thought about that too. I feel like a lot of people definitely assumed that because of everyone flocking to TikTok and flocking to social media right when the pandemic started, that it helped to blow up these TikTokers. But then it also makes me think, if everything was open still and all of these events or whatever were still going on, like what sort of other things would we be seeing them at? Like Addison just presented at the Billboard Music Awards. Like that is huge, especially for someone who has literally nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
I know that right before like COVID and stuff, these influencers were being invited to like Gucci fashion shows and like the top of the top, and they were just going up and up and up and up. Obviously everything paused, but if they can sustain like where they're at right now, as soon as everything opens again, I can't even imagine where we'll be seeing these influencers. Places that you never, like 5 years ago, you never would have expected someone big, like just on Instagram, to be attending. It's just such a different world right now.
Absolutely.
It's so crazy.
It's so true. And while this is a Christmas collab, I feel like it's different than like a regular collab. You know what I mean? Like holiday music feels different. Like Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande are going to do a Christmas song. I'm interested to see like the kind of like music brand that Dixie goes with. I think Be Happy wasn't really what she'll end up kind of like being as a branded artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you guys feel watching, but like, I feel like Dixie's going to go more toward that kind of like grunge. Like she just had Black Bear remix on the remix to Be Happy. You know what I mean? I actually can kind of see her, like, this is a cutesy little Liam Payne collab, but I definitely see her, kind of breaking off into like that more grungy pop, bad A kind of music, you know? So like the Red interview, I feel like was very telling, because she like, I think she was asked by paparazzi, who do you want to collaborate with? And she said Trippie Redd. And we were all like, me and, my work here was like, what? Like, I thought she'd be like Ariana Grande or like someone. You know? So it's also very interesting to see like where she'll kind of take her vibe.
She does sort of have that like cool girl or alternative, like a little like Billie Eilish kind of like I don't give a F attitude type thing, which is when I saw that she was collabing with like a ex One Directioner, I was like, oh, that's interesting. It didn't really like seem like her brand.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think whatever sort of like music she gets into will be really interesting because the other TikTokers specifically who have gotten into music, I feel like have very specific like
Mm-hmm.
genres that they've already established right from the start. Like Nessa, I would say is very much Madison Beer-esque. And Jaden obviously is I don't
And
even how would I even describe that? Yeah.
young blood.
Emotional.
I feel like he's a baby
um,
young blood in the making.
yeah, seriously. Payne Moormeyer has a super distinct,
Yeah.
vibe to it. And yeah, Dixie, I guess we'll see where she goes from here
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
But I expect like first half of 2020 she'll release a few more songs. I hope.
Definitely.
We will
I do
see.
too. I'm excited for her. I'm ready for like an EP, like an album. Like
Hmm.
I'm really ready for this.
Yep.
Okay, so in case you guys didn't already figure this out, is this fake or fact? Are Liam Payne and Dixie D'Amelio doing a Christmas song together? Morgan, spill the tea.
This one is a fact. Liam finally confirmed on Twitter this morning that he and Dixie collabed for the song. It'll be dropping tomorrow. They were planning originally to drop it without people knowing that it was like a collab song, but D'Amelio fan base, they're not going to let you keep any secrets about those girls. So it was shared on Twitter with a very interesting photo of the two of them, which absolutely killed me. I sent it to Jana and I was like, what is this?
You guys, I don't know
I
if
was
you guys
dying.
have seen the promo photo, but I think you guys as fans found this out so quickly that they were like, oh my gosh, like we have to reveal this now officially. And this promo pic is just, it's so funny because it's just, we're not sure if they took it together, if they were separate. But anyways, the point is, the fact
Photoshopped.
the song is happening and we're excited. We're here for it. Okay, so moving on. Speaking of how this collaboration maybe possibly came together, rumor has it that Dixie D'Amelio and Liam Payne met at a One Direction concert. Is this fake or fact? We're gonna find out. I feel that this could be fact. Like I'm not sure, but I feel like maybe they did. Maybe it was a meet and greet, and I think
Yeah.
this is before her TikTok days, and who knows?
Sometimes I get really curious of how like certain artists and celebrities meet and get to know each other. Obviously, pre-COVID, there was all these events, there was like red carpet, there was movie screenings where it was so easy for them to meet up. But this one, because the kind of like recentness of it and like her rise to fame while everyone was quarantined, I'm like, how did they meet? If she happened to be a One Direction fan growing up, where she's right at the age where like the One Direction fan base would have hit like her early teens, I think,
Right.
or maybe a little bit younger, like 9, 10, which is where all the Directioners came from. Like, how crazy would that be if you went to someone's concert and ended up clapping with them? I feel like that's every teenage girl's like absolute dream.
I mean, this has happened before. Like I've seen this before. Like for example, Billie Eilish was the biggest Justin Bieber fan. She had posters of him all over her walls. They finally met at Coachella, and it was like this huge moment for her. I'm sure if you guys
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen this video, I mean, it's the best video ever. But I feel like this could have happened to Dixie, and maybe she's grown up loving music and always knowing she wanted to be an artist. I think before her TikTok
Mm-hmm.
fame, she said in multiple interviews, she's like, look, like I'm a singer. I've always wanted to pursue music, and now I have this big platform and I'm going to do it. So I do wonder if she's like, well, wow, I was like such a big One Direction fan. I like love Liam Payne. Like, what can we do? And maybe he was like, well, I have this Christmas song coming out, you know?
Yeah.
So
Wait, did you said you're a big One Direction fan, or you were growing up?
I was.
Yes.
When I say that, I was really a Harry Styles super fan, and I still am.
Yeah.
Really embarrassing. If I saw him in public, I would run away, you guys, because I just can't really handle that. So yeah, Harry Styles really.
Oh my God, I'm absolutely dead. I never was a huge One Direction fan, to be honest. But they came to my hometown in Minneapolis and they did like a meet and greet at the Mall of America, and a bunch of my friends waited in line for like 6 hours to go meet them. It's like if you're a fan of One Direction, like you are a hardcore fan of One Direction, which is why all these like fans are freaking out about them collabing, even when One Direction is not a thing anymore at all.
So true. I know. Like we'll never let it go. Us One Directioners will never really fully let it go. I'm still waiting for the reunion and like the reunion tour, and like I'll be there, you know. But for now, I am really happy for them. I feel like they're all finding themselves and like you know, living their best lives as solo artists. And it's cool that someone like Liam Payne, with all of this musical influence and like, you know, what a legend. It's like he can bring Dixie D'Amelio into the music world even more. Like I think it's cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Collab with Black Bear, and who else was on that remix song? Who else? It was Black Bear and someone else.
Was it Lil Mosey?
It was Lil Mosey. Yes. Like
yeah.
He's very in with I would say with the influencers and stuff, which is cool. I
feel yeah. I mean, he filmed the Blueberry Fuego music video at Hype House. And then he went to I definitely know he went to some other club houses. He went to Clubhouse. Right. But he's 18, so like he's like right in the TikTok, like, or he might be 19 now, but he's such a youngin that he just kind of like fits in so easily. Whereas like some of the older rappers and singers who I won't mention by name, but we all definitely are thinking of some names that are like hanging out with these TikTokers, are like, that is weird.
Yes.
That is very
odd. Like Jason Derulo coming off, although I'm still here, love him, huge fan, like nothing bad to say about him. He's the best. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I think isn't Liam a dad? Is Liam Payne a father?
Oh my God.
He's had a baby. Yeah, wow. Which is cool because like, you know what he said when he announced this on his Instagram? He was like, I am obsessed with TikTok, which I've never heard an artist actually come through and be like, I'm actually obsessed with TikTok. I love it. Like, but I feel like it's such good quarantine candy. It's like, you know what I mean? We were all watching it, and like even Justin Bieber kind of hopped on the train. I know him and Charli D'Amelio, I guess he followed Charli D'Amelio on Twitter or on Instagram, and they became friends, which is cool. So I just feel like the limits are honestly, or the options are limitless with these TikTok stars and artists. And to be honest, I think a lot of people, like we said, might hate on it, but like this is the future. And if you're not going to get on the train, you'll just get left behind, you know, and like won't enjoy this. I think it's really cool that people can collaborate together in different worlds, you know. But as far as how they met, also interesting, because it's like Dixie and Charli were just normal girls literally a year ago. They were just going to school, doing their thing.
Like rural Connecticut.
Literally, probably going to a One Direction concert, you know, just hanging out. So that being said, did Dixie and Liam meet at a 1D concert meet and greet?
This headline is a fake, so we're not really sure how the two connected. I mean, who knows? I'm sure it was like an Instagram DM or something, because that's how it seems a lot of celebrities have like admitted they've met or gotten to know each other. But after officially announcing the collab, Liam shared on Twitter that he has more exciting holiday plans and announcements with the entire D'Amelio family. So it looks like whatever like song collab this is kind of just the start, that we'll see some more stuff with like him and maybe Charli, maybe the parents. I mean, who knows? But it seems like this is more than just like a little song feature. So we'll see what fun Christmas stuff they have.
I know. And I think they're going to be doing TikToks together. Like you said, he had said, you know, we're going to roll out a bunch of fun stuff on TikTok. And like, I'm so here for it. I think it's awesome. You know, I'm excited for her. I'm so happy for her. I bet she's like freaking out. Like, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if she was a big One Directioner growing up, then no doubt. But she's also probably at the point where it's been almost a year of being in the spotlight. I'm sure she's met like a ton of celebrities that she fangirled over growing up. So maybe at some point you get numb to it, maybe not.
True. Speaking of fangirling, last one, you guys, help us out, comment, figure facts, let us know. Dixie D'Amelio was a huge fangirl of Liam Payne growing up, and probably now she's still growing up. Is this figure fact? We're about to tell you the details. But like, imagine going back and telling your 10-year-old self that you're going to do a collaboration with like your favorite heartthrob. I just, like, if it was me and Harry Styles, I would just be like, I don't know, you know?
I was trying to think about who mine would be. I can't really say I ever really like crazy fangirled over. I mean, I like Justin Bieber for sure. I don't know, who were the other like heartthrobs around One Direction time?
I was a big JB fan. Who else did I grow up loving? You know, I loved the Jonas Brothers. I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I
That's
loved
it.
the Jonas Brothers, was front row at their show. I also loved Maroon 5, which you guys watching would probably maybe, I don't know, that wasn't
They're like, who's that?
they're like, yeah, it wasn't
Who is
the
that?
thing, but Adam Levine, so hot, like obsessed with him.
Mhm.
So yeah. But like again, I feel like Dixie and Charlie are both at the age where One Direction was super popular for them. Like they were really part of that One Directioner era, I feel, you know, like I think we were probably like a little older than it. Like I still love them because I'm cheesy and I'm a fangirl like that. But
Mhm.
I think they were like right at that age, you know? So I
Yeah.
would be surprised if this was a fact. But Morgan, is this fake or fact? Was Dixie D'Amelio a huge fan of Liam Payne before this collaboration?
This one is actually a fake. So, and this one kind of stings a little bit, I feel like, for Liam. But so Dixie was asked back in a live on Instagram or something back in October if she was like a Directioner, is it a Directioner? Is that the name of the fan base?
Yeah.
If she was a Directioner and if she liked Harry Styles. And she said that she was a fan of One Direction, but that her favorites were Harry and Zayn. And she didn't say anything about Liam. So
A girl
I'm sorry,
after my
Liam.
own heart. She gets it. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite. That's funny.
I feel like and maybe I'm wrong because I don't know the fan base super well, but I do feel like Harry and Zayn were the ones that everyone was like obsessed with because Harry, I mean, like look at him. He is absolutely adorable and has this sort of androgynous, mysterious beauty about him. And Zayn was the bad boy that everyone loved.
So true.
And
yeah.
I can't remember the other guys' names because I'm terrible, but
yeah,
Liam's cute too.
I think you hit it right on the nail. You know, Zayn is the bad boy. Harry's like that artistic, like he can be both. He can be bad boy, he can be the artistic, like I'm golden kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know?
He started painting his nails before like every single guy in LA started painting their nails. He was painting his nails like 5 years ago. He was just this like artsy little trendsetter. But at least she was like a One Directioner overall.
Yeah.
If she would have been asked in that live, like, "Are you One Direction fan?" She's like, "Nah, I never really listened to them." This club any sense, but
right. Yeah.
looks
No.
like she was.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, it's fun. And maybe this will open the door for other One Directioner collabs. Like maybe I see her and Zayn doing something in the future. You know, he has that kind of like vibe that I think she's going to go toward with her music, like her whole brand of being an artist. So yeah, who knows, you guys? Okay. Well, that's hilarious that last one was fake. But keep it right here, you guys. Every Thursday, fake or fact. I'm Jana Rosenberg.
I'm Morgan Riddle.
And stay tuned right here on Hollywire. Bye.